So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, Dad here for Z4 Games, bringing you, as you can see, the return of Burning Abyss. Well, not really the return, they've been around for quite a while. All because this guy right here just won't go anywhere. He's always here. Anyway, it is because we've got the brand new card. Finally, Cherubini. Now I always get the name wrong, or Donald keeps telling me I always get it wrong, but Ibon, Angel of the Burning Abyss. The artwork is stunning and it certainly adds a new level to the deck. It is the penultimate card that we are missing from Link Reigns 1. The last one we're missing, of course, is Needle Fiber. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through this deck profile. I have tried to make this not pure, but this is like the PK version. So it's not as Link level 3 extension heavy, but it's still very, very powerful, very, very consistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the profile, explain what we've got, why we've got it, and go through it like that. So we start off with, of course, Triple Farfar, incredibly powerful BA card. If it's sent to the graveyard, you get to target one monster on the field and banish it until the end phase. Of course, it shares the same effect as all BA monsters do, that if you control no set spell or trap cards, or no spell or trap cards at all, special summon this card from your hand. We've then got Triple Fiendish Rhino. This, of course, is very, very important because Fiend monsters you control, except itself, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Fiend-type warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, except itself. So he's an additional Foolish Burial, and he protects all of your BA monsters, because what you got to remember as well is BA, if you control a card that isn't a Burning Abyss monster, they self-destruct. Triple Scarm, end phase, Scarm. He is your searcher of the deck, gets you all the pieces you need, and most importantly, can search you out the tour guide, which is of course a 1-card Cherubini. Double Alec. Alec is very, very good because if it's sent from if sent to the graveyard, you type one face on monster on field and negate its effect. So it's another one of baiting out any of your opponent's board negations, or of course any of your opponent's upfront troublesome cards, so like Borrow Sword, Borrow Load, stuff like that. You can neg those. I think one of them can't be targeted by card effects, so it might be Borrow Load that you can't get past, but it still gives you enough to kind of deal and cause your opponent issues. Double Libic, you can possibly put this up to 3 if you want to. This card is, if it's sent, you get to special summon one level 3 Dark Fiend monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Absolutely fine, because they're going to trigger off in the grave anyway. Double Barbar, this is one of your ways of winning in time. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 3 Burning Abyss cards from the graveyard, except itself, and inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each, so that's 100 more than a cowboy. 1 Rubik for your synchro plays, but on top of this, what makes it really, really good is bringing him out, then allows you to go into either Virgil, or of course he is one easy way to get into Cherubini. Again, he self-destructs, but if you control no spell or trap card, you special summon this card from the hand. He has no graveyard effects, so you do not worry. You just go, okay, cool, special summon him out, and he is a free level 3 that you do not really need to worry about, because what you've got to remember about all the Burning Abyss is if you use their special summon effect, their second effects can't be activated, so you've got to be careful what you do. 1 Seer, because it is at 1. The 1 Graph, again, because it is at 1. And the 1 Calcab. I don't think it needs to be more than 1. This one is, if it's sent to the graveyard, you type 1 set spell or trap card on the field and bounce it back to the hand. So it's good to kind of bait out like strikes, warnings, anything like that that might disrupt your plays. But I don't think it's a huge necessity right now. So that's it for all the Burning Abyss monsters. The only one that I'd probably tempt to be putting up to 3, which isn't at 3 at the moment, is, where are you? This guy here, Libic. On top of that, I don't play the Calcab. I think it's Calcab. Like the dog one, and I don't play the dragon one. You can easily put them in if you want to go more BA centric. The reason I don't have those in is because I do have Triple Ash Blossom and Double Ghost Ogre. Let's move the mat up here a little bit for you. You do need some form of hand trap disruption, but what makes these best as well is they are level 3s on top of that, so they can help extend your plays should you need to. Then of course we've got the Phantom Knight engine of triple boots for a free summon, double cloak, and 1 Gloves. Gloves is a nice boost for your XYZ monsters, but on top of that, of course, these are all banishable from grave, search out more cards, extend your plays further forward, and it does get you into like Fogblade, which is very, very cool, and of course Rusty, which is probably one of the best Link 3s around right now, even more so now that Summon Sorceress is no longer with us. Triple Gallus, of course, he again is a free level 3 summon, and then it gives additional burn damage to your opponent, so it can again help you in time. On top of that, what you've got to be careful is this is where Cherubini is most important, is you use the free summons to get into Cherubini. Then you start bringing out your BAs without them self-destructing. And of course, if you put BAs in the zone it points to, they won't self-destruct anyway. Double Danger Sukanoko or Danger Snake. You can put this at 3 if you want. I just kind of felt that 3 might get too close because you don't want to have multiples of these in hand. That's the issue. You only want one of these in hand to get the free summon. So whether it gets discarded or not is a free summon. If you summon it, you get the draw off it as well if it's for its normal effect. I have seen people play like Jackalope in here as well. I'm tempted to put like maybe a Mothman, maybe a Jackalope, just because whatever else you discard, like you'll get your extenders out. And then any of these you want engrave, you use Sukanoko, and then if they discard one of those, you're plussing off of that as well, alongside your Burning Abyss monsters. And then of course the one Tour Guide, because if this is more than one, it would be incredibly busted. So again, Tour Guide, very, very important card. You get Tour Guide out, using your normal summon for Tour Guide, go into Skarm, you're getting a search in the end phase from Skarm, and of course you've got an instant Cherubini with only using your normal summon, which means you've got a lot of special summons to go into Dante as well. And what you've got to remember is, what you want to be making Dante with is you want to be making it with either a live Graph or a live Seer to bring their graveyard effects into play, or of course, so summon back from the grave or summon from the deck. For the spells, we've got Triple Allure. Now, I know people do play Sekka's Light, but the reason I'm not playing Sekka's Light is because I do play the free Fogblade as well. What I ideally want to be setting up is a Cherubini plus a Beatrice plus a Fogblade down there. Gives you enough negates and disruption, because what you've got to remember is, with Beatrice, of course, you can send far, and that can cause your opponent a lot of issues as well. If you don't play the Phantom Knight engine and you do just want to go for like level 3, rank 3 spam, of course that's where you would take out the Fogblade. You'd probably take out the Phantom Knight engine as well, and go for your like Psychic Wielder, any kind of other level 3 turbos that you can boost out to help the board kind of extend. That's where Terratop comes in. Anyway, now onto the extra deck. We've got 2 Cherubini Ibon Angel of the Burning Abyss. One is in a bigger sleeve. This is Donald's. Specifically, he put it in a bit bigger sleeve just so I wouldn't mix up the two. Anyway, so it's 2 level 3. Monster this card points to cannot be destroyed by card effect. If this card would be destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard instead. You can send 1 level 3 monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then target 1 Burning Abyss monster on the field. It gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of the monster sent to the graveyard until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect once per turn, so it's a nice protection for itself because you can boost him up or her up. And then of course it's a Foolish Burial at any point that you want it to. So you keep getting to send additional cards as well, which is very, very important. Then of course you've got Triple Dante, best card in the extra deck. Mill for days, go up to 25, part of the OTK, turns into Beatrice, gets the mills off. It's everything you could possibly want for the deck. The 1 Virgil, you could drop this if you want, but it's always nice to have a Virgil. And then of course you've got the 1 Beatrice and the 1 Pilgrim, because if they do get rid of your Beatrice, you do want to be going into your Pilgrim. We've got the 1 Breaksword. This Breaksword can easily be 2. What you could take out for the other Breaksword, I'll show you in a second. So you've definitely got to play Rusty, but then this is where it just comes down to a standard Nightmare package of Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and then we've got a Borrowload and a Borrowed Sword. Now these cards are interchangeable if you wish. You can go in for a second Breaksword, you can go through some rank 4 darks like Dark XYZ Rebellion, purely because of what Breaksword can do. These are just to get you out of any troublesome back row or front row monsters, especially with Ultimate Conductor around. If you can get into this guy and then kill the Ultimate Conductor, is very, very useful. Unicorn, Borrowload is for game, and so is Borrowed Sword. So it's all very, very straightforward on that. I am considering putting a 3rd Cherubini in here. If I get a 3rd Cherubini, it is something to highly consider. It's just to see how much of a necessity it is. I don't feel that I should need to. Like, if I'm going through 3 Cherubinis, I might be doing something wrong. I think it's more of a safety net to have a 3rd than it is a necessity, but it's still very, very good to have if you do pick up a 3rd one. But anyway, that is it for the profile. I've tried to keep it short, sweet, simple, to the point. If there are any other decks coming out from Dark Neostorm that you guys want to see, put them in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to get them up for you. We do have, of course, like we're going for a Pure Orcus deck. We're going for a Super Quantum deck as well. So we are trying to get what we can together for you guys as early as we possibly can to give you a head start. Now, this is, of course, the Burning Abyss PK, so BA PK. Use this as a structure to build up on yourself. Of course, you can go more pure BA with Fire Lake and Traveller. Or you can go, like I said, for the rank 3 spam where you just play like other rank 3 extenders. If we get Terratop back to 3, my god, this is going to be insane. Miss the days of Terratop, Tuckerton but always opening up Tuckerton anyway. That is why Psychic Wielder is here. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up, YouTube? Dad here with War Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.